I choose you, renegade. Cool kids. Cool kids. Don't be a fool, kids. We did some really cool stuff, cool kids. Yeah. So anyway, update. We won't be buying much silver for the next couple years if the judge agrees to let me have time to pay off the exorbitant amount that I just paid for the privilege of being abused for 3 years. Yeah. The state I live in really sucks. The laws suck. It rewards abusers. It rewards not investing, and it punishes people with penises and people who actually have a 401k instead of a pension. Especially considering the person who got the lion's share, and when I say lion's share, I mean $13,000 more than what they were asking for some reason, which was never explained to me. Even my lawyer said you got railroaded, his words, and that what happened had nothing to do with the law. The only thing I can figure is because my ex-wife works for the state, she maybe had connections, someone who could make something happen. I don't know, because the evidence I presented was more than enough. That judge, I'm going to say it, there was no reason for what he did. It was exorbitant. Even my lawyer said so. He said it had nothing to do with the law. So here we are. I'm guessing she used some connections to really screw me over. And then, yeah, but we're not going to talk about that. Yeah, we just won't be buying anything anytime soon. I could sell my house and be homeless and pay her off, maybe. Yeah, that's how bad they got me. And it's crazy because I showed all the evidence to a lawyer buddy of mine in Missouri, which is another state that's nearby. And they said I would have won the case, no problem. I showed all the evidence presented. They didn't even have to testify in this state because it's a no-fault divorce state. So none of her behaviors, none of that mattered. Even though, yeah, the evidence was clear, even though where it did matter, there were exceptions in the law regarding the house. I purchased the house before I ever met her, but because of the way the laws are, yeah, I got screwed out of my house. She gets half. Half of the appraised value, appraised by them, not by me, not what I paid for it, but appraised value according to them, not realized gains. Same thing with 401k. I can't touch that money without taking a 60% penalty. I can't touch it, but she gets the full value. Now keep in mind, this woman makes more than I do. She makes more than I do. And she has a nice pension coming. I don't have anything. I have my 401k, which this judge has rewarded her half of my entire life savings in the 401k. Not mine, obviously. But so yeah, this judge is a parasite, piece of garbage. And I don't know, like I said, if she used connections to do this or if he's just a sadistic bastard. But yeah, he gave her $13,000 more than they were asking for, and never said why in the courtroom. Like no reason given, just F you. So and then I'm told by everybody, he's just doing his job. Well, no. I mean, at what point, I remember once I got arrested when I was very young. I was in the Army, and the police officer pulled out his mag light and started hitting me over the head with it. And I retaliated because he was trying to kill me. And guess what? It went to court. And guess what? I was fully exonerated. I had every right to defend my life. He was using excessive force. So, at what point do the screws of the state, the lawyer said, no, you cannot appeal. There's no point because they give great leeway in family court. You don't really have any rights in family court. It's basically how it was explained to me. The presumption of innocence does not exist in family court, and it's equitable, not equal distribution of the marital assets. which incidentally, the house I purchased many years before we were married, have been paying on for many years, but now it's a marital asset because that judge did not listen to anything I said, even though I read the state laws on the matter and I was absolutely right. My lawyers, oh gosh. Yeah. So anyway, my advice, I'm going to get to the point here. Do not get married in the state of Illinois. If you have a no-fault divorce state, don't get married in it. If you have a penis, do not get married. Unless you better have a reason other than, I don't know, you better have a damn good reason. And you better be damn sure, because guess what? That shit changes. Okay? So there you go. Anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about good stuff. So we'll have lots of time to talk about previous purchases that I made before I, sold everything to pay for this lawyer, which, by the way, incidentally, I ain't going to get back into it. It's all bad. Yeah, bad deal. Don't get married. If you get married, you deserve everything you get. That's what I'll say, because I've given you the warning. It's not worth it. I don't know. I'm not going to even talk about it. It's just too much to deal with right now. As far as, it's a bad deal. But I do have peace in my home now. I am glad that person is no longer in my house. She did threaten, though, that if I ever divorced her, that she would burn down my house while I'm sleeping, that I would never have peace, and that she would make sure my life was a living hell. So we'll see how that goes. They did egg my car, so there's that. And I caught them red-handed, and I gave the names to the cops. Guess what the cops did? Nothing. Just like they did when I called about the domestics while we were married. Nothing. I gotta stop. Our legal system is messed up, guys. If you are a man, you don't have any rights. For a woman to have problems in a divorce court, she's basically got to be a junkie or hell, even an abuser can't. Like, there's no justice, no justice in the system anymore. We let the laws from the old days that protected women stay on the books, even though women now have more rights than men, and privileges. So basically, we've created a situation where if a male, and you can check out the stats on this, 80% of all divorces are women. I actually initiated this divorce, okay? And I am glad to have her on my life, and the $74,000 it cost me to do that, even though she makes more than I do. And, is well worth it for the peace, but it's going to be a painful price because I literally, that's literally my... half of my total, 401k. Yeah. And they want it paid in 90 days, which I can't do. I can't pay that in 90 days. And I told them that. And my lawyer said as long as I try to pay, they might give me some leniency and not do any of the evil shit they can do now. Because I signed a piece of paper saying I would marry someone now, men with guns, get to come to my house and do stuff to me. Yeah, so that's my main problem with the marriage thing, is you are inviting men with guns into your home to do stuff to you if you don't agree with what the men with guns overlords decide, which I do not agree with. I don't think any sane person would. I literally am a survivor of attempted murder on 3 separate occasions. And this person gets to run around, destroy my credibility, send nude photos of me to friends and family and coworkers, that are fake nudes, by the way. She made them in Photoshop, but that's not the point. That's a felony, right? You would think I would be able to charge her with that. I can't. My lawyer told me not to. And I won't get into the particulars of the case, but there's a very good legal reason for me not to charge her. Okay? And it involves immigration. That's what I'll say about it. So, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I am literally being destroyed financially by this state. I'm thinking about moving and just selling the house, leaving the state, paying her off with not a dime in my pocket. I can get a job anywhere. I got 2 credentials that'll give me a job anywhere in the world. So I don't need this, but it sucks. But yeah, this state's corrupt. So there you go. Actually, we're not even going to get into the good stuff here. Yeah, but that judge, she can kiss my ass. Yeah, I hope he chokes on something. Fuck that dude. Yeah. And like I said, I think it was an inside deal. I think she had her friends at the state get a hold of the county and make this happen, because I can't think of any other way unless they're really that biased against all men. And if that's the case, guys, don't get married. Yeah, don't do it. Well, it's bad when okay, so we're at court. First of all, the only reason we went to court was for the judge to read their statement on the case, what they thought, their ruling. Well, my lawyer walks in, he says, I don't know why we're here, because he could have sent that via email. We don't need to be here, so I don't know what this is. This is weird. Well, I'm like, well, okay, if it's weird, either he's going to tell us the best news ever or the worst news ever. It turns out it was the worst news ever. No explanation, by the way, why it was the worst news ever. And that's why I'm saying I think this was an inside deal. I think that this judge is corrupt. I believe there's no reason for me not to believe that this parasite is doing a favors for somebody in the state of Illinois who believed my wife's lies. She said I was the one abusing her. And those are lies. It's just crazy. And it's par for the course. Reputation destruction is a common tool used by abusers for anyone that'll believe them. And in this case, because she has girl parts, they'll believe everything she says. And the thing is the irony is everything she says I was doing to her friends where she works, she was doing to me. Literally everything. And actually, I caught her on tape on one of these videos. I actually paused it for her sake because she was destroying the door. Literally destroying the door. I actually have videos on my catalog of her attacking me. On my phone. I had, but that was not admissible because it's a no-fault divorce state. But what I did have was text messages of her calling me everything but my name and coercing me into signing paperwork to try to help get her a green card. Judge didn't look at that. He didn't care about that, even though in the law it stated that was a disqualifier for her having a share of my house. And he didn't want to hear that. He gave a bunch of bullshit answers actually in the courtroom that I didn't buy and that my lawyer didn't buy. No one bought it. So yeah, fuck that dude. I can't believe parasites like that are allowed to have a job. But no one calls them out on it. There's nothing you can do because they got great leeway. And what they do with these cases, because they're given total power. You don't have any rights in divorce court. If the judge wants to be a dick, he can be a dick all day, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. I paid the best attorney in town and still got bent over while my attorney was telling me, you got bent over. I don't know why. It has nothing to do with the law. He said that. Those were his words, not mine. He said this decision has nothing to do with the law. Okay, so there you go. Anyway, have an amazing day. Thanks for watching. I just want to blow up some steam. I was going to talk about the power of dollar cost averaging. Well, there's the power of dollar cost averaging. Don't get married. Enjoy. Have a great day.